You know, as they say, if you are not paying for the product, you are the product. And that is actually the topic which I want to talk about today, since I think that we all willingly sold ourselves to corporations. We sold all our data, all of our personal information, all of our privacy, we sold it willingly to the companies on the internet. We sold it for the sake of our own comfort. And I want to discuss this today. How did it actually started? How is it going? Where is it going? And why did we all do that, right? What is the reason behind that for us? Why we actually didn't think about what we are doing and where everything is heading and whether or not it's good or bad. So let's begin with the early 2000s, since before that I do not remember anything, since I wasn't born actually yet. When I was a small kid, at about 6 or 7 years old, I started using the personal computer of my brother. I remember playing Mario and some other random games on the internet, in browser, and it was fantastic. I was playing the games, enjoying life, and that was it. And then in about 2 or 3 years, social media boom happened, at least in my country. I suppose that in the US it happened before that. And I remember registering on a few local websites, and you actually didn't have to provide any kind of personal information. You could have entered any sort of name and surname. You shouldn't have provided a phone number, a card number, a passport, nothing like that, of course. You could have just registered with any name, any random name, maybe meme name, and go on there, And there was a feeling that all of that was pretty anonymous, right? There was a feeling that we're all free on the internet, and I would say that I wasn't using this freedom, but some people, of course, have been using this freedom, and some of them were using it too much. Let's say you could have seen a lot of very negative comments. Of course, they exist nowadays too, but back then the internet was full of them. People were discouraging each other, people were telling very bad stuff about each other, and everybody was doing it. It was a free internet. Everybody felt free, and everybody felt as if nobody can go and punish them since they're anonymous, right? And I remember that when we were kids, we were thinking that, maybe in the future the access to the internet will be only by the means of passport. You have to scan your passport or show it somehow, and then you will be granted an access to the internet. And yeah, that was kind of a fantasy of ours. We thought that maybe it's the future, but we didn't take it seriously. But after that, in a few years' time, internet started to become more personalized, right? With the Facebook, with adding your real life friends on the internet, more and more people started indicating their real name and surname on their social media profiles. They started sharing their photos of their daily life, of their big events in life, such as weddings, such as childbirth and stuff. And of course, the Instagram also helped with that, where people started sharing pretty much each and every moment of their life. They started sharing how they were eating the food, what food they were eating, where they were traveling, And I suppose that was the beginning of the de-anonymization of the internet, since people willingly started showing their real face and their real life on the internet, since internet started to become a part of everyone's daily life. It started to become a norm, and people started to share their actual life there without hiding behind some random nicknames and meme profile pictures. But still, when you were posting pictures of yours, right, or even your name and surname, it wasn't kind of official, right? It wasn't proven by any kind of document, and it was your will to do so, to indicate your personal data on the internet. And nobody pushed you to do so. And after that, another thing started to appear on the internet more and more often, which is the internet shopping, actually, right? Websites like eBay, Amazon, microtransactions in games and video games, etc., etc. All of that started to require you to enter your real name in order to register your credit card with this company and pay them. And I remember that back in time, when I was like a kid, I created a Blizzard Entertainment account, right, a Battle.net account, which is required to play the games of Blizzard, for those of you who don't know. And of course, I was a small kid, I indicated some random nickname instead of the real name and surname, and forgot about it. Was playing with this account for years and years, and then somebody told me that in case if my profile will get lost somehow, or my password will get leaked, or somebody will hack my account, I will not be able to restore it since I didn't indicate my real name and surname. Since Blizzard will require me to send them my passport, and in case my name and surname will coincide with the passport name and surname and other data, then they will restore my profile. And it was actually the first time when I faced this reality, since I was, oh no, okay, I made a huge mistake that I registered my account anonymously, since, I was spending a lot of time playing games by Blizzard Entertainment. I was spending hours and hours in World of Warcraft, and I wouldn't want to lose all of it. So I actually contacted Blizzard support and told them, hey, here is my mistake, I registered with the incorrect name, can I do something about it? And I am very glad that they helped me, and I sent them the photo of my passport, and I registered with my real name and surname. And since that time, everything is alright. And that was the first encounter of, sending my very personal data to the corporation, because I actually very much valued what this corporation provided me with. I very much valued the product, and I didn't want to lose this product by any means. That is why I was ready to provide personal information, and I wasn't actually thinking about, oh no, I'm sending them a passport or something, but by no means, I just sent them my passport, and that was it. And since that time, at least for me, and I think for everybody else, give or take 1, 2, or 5 years, information on the internet started to become a very valuable asset, let's say, since if you have a Gmail account and to this Gmail account you receive utility bills, it's important for you, since if you will lose it, the company will not know that you lost it and will continue to send the utilities request to it, and you will not be able to pay it out if you forgot your password. The same goes for each and any subscription, for photos, for any kind of documents which you have connected with your profiles, with Apple, with Google, and with other huge tech giants which provide you with actually very useful and great service, right? And so that is the moment when we realize that my profile needs to be secure, right? In order for my profile to be secure, I should connect it to the phone. I should enter my real name and surname, right? Since the internet started to become a part of our life. It's not a small part. It's not like a part where you have fun sometimes or play video games. No, it's a serious part of our life. And if you lose access to the services which are provided by the internet tech giants, you actually lose a part of your life, which is very important and most probably connected to your money, to your finances, as I said, and other very personal things which nobody wants to lose, actually. That is how we, of course, have been willingly providing the corporations with our very personal information, such as name and surname, our real life address, etc. But after that, about few years ago, right, I started to notice that more and more corporations are started asking us for our identification documents, and how it happened is actually very interesting. It wasn't like straightforward, and it still is not straightforward. Let's say Google never asked me to provide them with the passport straightforward just because they need it. They never asked it to provide it because of their needs. But when I was watching YouTube videos and some of the content which I was watching was marked by the YouTube as 18 plus content for adults, they asked me to provide my passport in order to verify my age. And that is the moment when most of the people will provide Google with their passport, since they want to watch this YouTube video which somehow randomly was marked as 18 plus. They do not want to lose on it, they do not want to skip on it, they want to watch it, and then they will just take a picture of their passport and send it to Google and forget about that. actually like forever. But now Google has your passport, and now your profile is very much tracked to your name, from all of the legal sites. Yeah, it's your profile, you provided them with a passport, so now your email and your YouTube watch history and your Google search history is connected to your passport, and your passport is of course connected to your name. So now this profile is by no means anonymous. It's your profile, it's part of your life, so you cannot really behave how you want, as it was in the beginning of 2000s, when people were writing some very scary stuff on the internet, actually, without any punishment. No, now it's not that anonymous anymore. And if you're gonna behave badly, you will probably receive some kind of restriction for it, at least from the, corporation side. I don't know, but most probably you will. And when we go further, let's say LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a social network where you share your work experience, right? And that is also a very great point, that when you share your work experience in your current workplace with the whole internet, you also become more anonymous, right? You are kind of you just willingly entered your information on where you work. And so anybody who wants to know and maybe visit you can actually visit your workplace and say, is this guy working here? I saw it in the LinkedIn. And that's pretty scary, actually. And another thing which I noticed with LinkedIn, they ask to verify the profile. As far as I understand, the verified profiles are much more engaging for HRs, let's say. They know that it's like a real account and yada yada. And so you most probably will provide LinkedIn with your ID document, since you want to verify your account to get to get better job offers, let's say. And that's how you sell another part of your privacy to another huge corporation. And that is how it goes on and on and on. These companies are asking you to provide them with your passport, but they're not doing it straightforward. They're not asking you to provide it for identification. They are asking to provide it for the sake of providing you better services, right? And I suppose that's actually true, since if on LinkedIn you are identified, most probably the people who are willing to hire you are more likely to write you, since they know that you are a real person. And to conclude on all of that, I am not saying that it's bad or good. I am just saying that we all somehow actually provided every information about ourselves to the huge corporations. Of course, some of you may say, no, I didn't do that. Of course you didn't do that. Maybe now, yeah, you didn't do that now, but in 10 years' time, most probably you will not be able to access your email and other things in the same way as today without providing your information. And that's the thing, internet is becoming the real part of our life, where the laws exist, where the real limitations exist, and where the real life laws apply, and that's actually good from the one side, since it's becoming, a safer place, at least the internet, which is accessible to all of us, the Google search, the YouTube videos, and all of the, popular websites. It's becoming a safer place. That's 100%, and that's a great thing, actually. But on the other hand, yeah, it's not anonymous anymore. It's not as anonymous as it was in 2000s, and in 10 years' time it will be even less anonymous than today. Maybe we'll all be required in one way or another to provide our actual IDs in order to verify, let's say, our email accounts, to connect them with our job accounts. Yeah, that will be the end of Internet Anonymous era. And that's only for you to decide whether or not it's good or bad. It definitely has its very great sides, as I said, such as safety. And of course it has its bad sides. You lose the, this total freedom you had, back in the day. It's only for you to decide. At the end of the day, we all can decide not to use the internet or not to use these services provided by these huge corporations, but I doubt that we will do that, since those services are too good. Yeah, that's it. Those are the thoughts that I wanted to share with you all regarding our data and privacy, and hopefully you found those interesting as well. If you did, make sure to join my Discord server, the link is down below in the description. I will be more than happy to discuss any video of mine there. So make sure to join, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon in my next videos. Bye for now.